is everybody leaving the area? Wait, are they? Hey, what's going on? My name's Jake DeRosa with the DeRosa Real Estate Team. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel. If you like the content we're doing, the videos we're providing, please drop us a like, subscribe to the channel so you get notification right when the new video comes out. And if you have questions or comments, we love interacting with our friends, so just drop them below. And finally, we have an incredible relocation guide that we've spent a lot of time on. Whether you live in the area or you're from out of the area, it's actually going to provide some value, so just download it below. It's in the link in the comments. And let's jump into today's topic. So what I found is Sacramento is either a love it or hate it type situation. And for me personally, I absolutely love the area. Born and raised here, a lot of growth happening. And there's a lot of growth in population, growth in diversity, growth with businesses. And a lot of people I've been talking to lately kind of don't love it. So I actually wanted to see what those numbers look like, and I went to the California Department of Finance and pulled the net migration numbers for last year, and I was actually surprised at what it was about. So El Dorado County, they lost 260 residents to net migration, which was about 0.14% of the population. Sacramento County lost 3,500 people to net migration, which was about 0.22% of the county. And then you look to Placer, who actually grew by 2,000 in population and added 0.5%. So when I was looking at the numbers, I was expecting a different picture, but what I found is not everybody's leaving. And I think there's some good reasons why. So first off is quality of life. And I think one of the big pieces of quality of life in this greater Sacramento area is proximity. I talk about it often because I absolutely love the proximity of our area. You are literally 2 hours away from some of the most beautiful coastlines in Northern California and 2 hours away from one of the most beautiful areas in Lake Tahoe in the country. You can go up to the 80, you have incredible hiking areas, incredible places to venture. You've got foliage and greeneries all throughout the area. Sacramento is considered the city of trees. You've got incredible hiking trails, you've got bicycle trails, you've got lakes, you've got multitude of lakes. You have the foothills. So there's a lot that this area has to offer as far as adventure and just proximity to incredible places. Another cool thing about the greater Sacramento area is the food. And I think a lot of it has to do with, growing up, we were called Cowtown because of all the agricultural land we have. And now in today's world, we see a lot of people coming in from different areas, bringing in different cuisines. The farm to fork movement has been incredible here. And we're seeing a lot of new cuisines, incredible food, incredible restaurants come into the area. So you're seeing a lot of diversity happening, and it's been really cool to watch. Another part of the area here is there is a ton of parks, ton of recreation. We're starting to grow in different areas. As you know, the A's just came to town, so we're in rebuilding the River Cats Stadium, so that just added a whole nother layer of things to do in the Sacramento area. We also have the Sacramento soccer team, the Sacramento Kings, and literally when 10, 15 years ago, it was just the Kings, and it was the Kings in a crappy stadium. And as we build and become more and grow up in the Sacramento area, what we're seeing is a lot more acts are coming in, a lot more people are coming in, a lot more activities and things to do, which is also adding to the excitement here in the Sacramento area, which is pretty cool to watch.
So you're thinking about relocating to the greater Sacramento area? Well, I've got just the thing for you. Our team has actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I've linked it down below from top employers, best hospitals, best schools, and a ton of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part about this guide is it's 100% free. That's right, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope this helps.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum is another thing that's going to cause people that move or come into the area, which is going to be cost of living and housing. Now, our housing market's strong. We actually saw almost 4% appreciation in the greater Sacramento area last year. And a lot of that had to do with inventory levels. So less inventory on the market and still the solid demand in the market. You're going to see prices staying pretty steady, if not increasing. So we're still seeing that lack of inventory pre-2019 levels. We're down about 26%. And the reason for it is simply people are sitting on 2 and 3% interest rates. So I definitely can understand that. Now, from a housing affordability standpoint, one of the reasons I tend to see people moving here is if we're moving to California, Sacramento and the greater Sacramento area is an incredible place to move into just because of the simple affordability factor. One of the things here is in California, you're sitting at about an $860,000 median home price, and that's for the state. Now, when you come into the different counties in the Sacramento area, you've got Sacramento County with a $550,000 median price point, Placer County $675,000, and El Dorado County at $700,000. So a significant difference in affordability and home costs in those areas. So this is definitely a great alternative if you're not wanting to move into, say, our neighbors to the north of us, which is the Bay Area, or maybe to the south of us, San Diego, Los Angeles, those types of areas where housing can get really, really expensive. So as an alternative, a more cost-friendly approach, the greater Sacramento area is definitely attractive in that point. Now, from a cost of living perspective, again, we outpace the national average, probably about 38% is what I last read as far as statistics go. However, we're still 18% lower than the California average. So again, an affordable opportunity or alternative to different areas in California, and you get a great place to live. And another reason you see people here in the Sacramento area is the economic opportunity. California in general is one of the world's largest economies. You come into our area and we are starting to become the smaller tech hub to our friends and neighbors up north, which is San Francisco. Obviously, we're not there by any means. However, we're starting to see tech companies and different types of companies come into our area. Some notables from last year were the Solidyne companies built a massive place out here. You had the Bosch, you had Samsung that moved their facilities. And so you're starting to see other companies. And one of the reasons, not from a state level, but a lot of city leaders have been working to make it more attractive for some of these companies to come in. And then now you have the A's coming into town, which will create a ton of jobs, and it's already created a boatload of jobs in construction, things like that. We have an incredible healthcare industry out here. We have the tech industry, and we have just a lot of opportunities as far as job-wise goes. And we see a lot of job transfers coming in and out of Sacramento. So let's take a look at some migration patterns and jump into the map here. Let me pull that up. So one of the cool things to look at, and I recommend that people go and do this, is that Redfin has this cool trends report, and they also have a migration report. And the way they do these reports, and I've got Sacramento here, and Roseville, Rockland, Placer, they have a similar migration in and out pattern. I've already pulled those up, but the way they do it is they actually take people who have been searching on the website and have looked at least 10 homes in a 3-month period, and they have within 100 miles, and basically they had 2 million people they kind of surveyed. So what they did is they decided, okay, we're going to take a look at where people are searching and where they're searching from. So if you look at net inflow into the area, a couple of the biggest areas that we're seeing, obviously San Francisco is a huge one. Again, going back into that affordability piece, you've got Los Angeles, Fresno, Houston, Texas was a surprise for me. Being as high as it was, coming in from Visalia. Seattle, Washington, I mean, gosh, they're super expensive out there, so I could see why people potentially looking at relocating into our areas. And maybe it could be tech-wise, maybe coming into the Sacramento area with the hubs of bigger tech companies in the Bay. New York's a very expensive area. Honolulu, San Diego, Washington, D.C., all those make a lot of sense. And then where are people going out to? Seeing people move to, at least searching in that Dallas, Boise, Nashville, Eureka, Portland, Vegas, Phoenix, kind of all the usual suspects. So it's a cool little tool that you can use. You can kind of see here, moving to Sacramento. Obviously the most is going to be that Bay Area, moving from Sacramento. Looks like more people going from that Boise. So kind of a cool little thing. And they also have these 34% of Sacramento homebuyers searched to move out of Sacramento, while 66 look to stay within the metropolitan area. So that's a pretty interesting stat. So 3/4 of the population looking within certain areas within. However, 34% is a big number, right? So what's that look like? Let's do this. You can kind of come in here, gives you some market insights, right? Some top 10 lists. Here's some schools in Sacramento, some of the top 10s based on what they're saying. Phoebe Hearst, Crocker Riverside Elementary, Caleb Greenwood Elementary School, fantastic elementary school over there in River Park, Sutterville. And then you also have various different areas. You got climate. So it's a cool little spot to take a peek at, what's happening, what are some trends, what we're seeing. Now let's jump into the schools. So one thing, an area I like to do is pull up I don't know if it's niche. I think it's niche or niche.com. So tomato. Here's what we got in El Dorado County. School districts out here, public schools have an A- rating, and some of the top schools all the way down here. They're the best counties for retirees in California. There's a ton of 55 plus communities out there. Best counties for outdoor activities, kind of like we talked about before, and counties with the best public schools in California. So high ranking there. And then you come down here and it starts talking about some of the best schools that are out there. And you can do this for all the areas, right? Now, as a real estate professional, I can't advise or give my opinion on schools. It kind of gets into that gray area of that I don't want to be in. So great website to look at is the niche.com. We can jump into El Dorado County. What else do we got here? We've got Sacramento County. Sacramento County has some fantastic areas. In fact, they got the A rating on the public schools. And you kind of cruise down here. I really like this one where they give you a kind of rating. Most diverse counties in California. Number 2 out of 55 counties with the best public schools, best counties for young professionals in California. So it gives you some cool rankings and some pieces to look at. And it comes back down here, and we're again looking at schools, different types of schools, the top schools, A+ ratings, Folsom High School, Vista del Lago. And then we can come back here and just take a look at Placer County, right? So same thing. They got some awards, rankings for best counties for outdoor activities. That goes up to that 80. Best counties for retirees in California. You're seeing a number of 55 plus new home build communities coming up in Placer, and best communities for families in California. So a lot of good rankings out in this area. And again, these are the niche rankings. I mean, you jump to another website, who knows what they look like. Top places to live, really good websites, top schools, Granite Bay High School, Western Sierra College Academy, Valley View Elementary, Whitney High School. So a lot of good information on these websites. Take a look at them, check them out. And kind of going back to what we talked about, I don't know, is everyone leaving the greater Sacramento area? I think there's some good reasons to stay, and some people might have some great reasons to leave. It's all perspective and what's your needs and what you're looking for. So give us a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, DM, drop a comment below. Would love to help you answer any questions. Cheers. Hope you have a fantastic day.